Well, I'm Stuart, by the way. My thoughts on Night of Champions is, personally, I'm real excited because this is the first WWE live event that I'm attending, and I'm making sure to bring my PWTR sign, represent. Look for me if you're going to Night of Champions. Look for the PWTR guy. I don't know what I'll be wearing. Whatever. But I think that the show, it could be good, could be bad. I mean, whenever you're almost guaranteed to see a title change, it's pretty special. But you also get, this feeling that, this could be crap, or if maybe a title doesn't change, does that really affect the quality of the show? But overall, I just can't wait to, see the atmosphere and the electricity, created by the ever-famous WWE ring psychology or whatever, the crowd involvement of it all.
Yeah, this is Matthew, and Night of Champions, last year Night of Champions was pretty good pay-per-view from what I can remember. Is there something just about having all the titles on the line? So any champion that's competing that night has their title on the line, and that's a pretty special pay-per-view. I think recently there was this article brought up by Mr. Number Wonderful where he said WWE had too many pay-per-views, something I strongly agree with. But this is a pay-per-view that if they got rid of some pay-per-views, this is a pay-per-view they want to keep, Night of Champions. It makes sense. All the titles are on the line. It's a gimmick that works. I think Orton's probably going to lose his title. I think there will be. I'm guessing there's going to be about 2 to 3 title changes at Night of Champions. And I think it could be a great pay-per-view. I'm not going to put any money that's going to be a great pay-per-view. But if I was to predict what I'm going to feel like after I watch the pay-per-view, somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7.5, that's probably what I'm going to feel like, hopefully. I'm sure it'll be better than Victory Road.
Definitely.
Better be.
All right, this is Syed, and I think I'm pretty excited about Night of Champions as well. Personally, I wasn't feeling that great about it probably before this Friday, but after watching SmackDown this week, I'm much more excited about the show because I was really entertained by the matches that took place this Friday, and some of the promos, even though there were a few of them, they're still pretty good, right? So I'm looking forward to it now, and I think since the last pay-per-view since WrestleMania, I think SmackDown obviously will come out on top than Raw, than over ECW and Raw in the pay-per-view and in outperforming the other shows. And I think the pay-per-view it'll definitely be among the top pay-per-views so far. I think it's gonna do better than most of the pay-per-views this year.
In my opinion, I'm CM Punk Mark 35, by the way. I would have to disagree with Matt. I don't think Randy Orton's going to lose his title because I think they're going to lead up to a Randy Orton versus Triple H Hell in a Cell match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And the match I'm most looking forward to would be Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler. And another match I'm really looking forward to is the 6-man United States Championship match, just because that match can be good or it can be a complete cluster if not booked correctly. And maybe Big Show will go over, but if not, I would like to see The Miz go over.
I'm really looking forward to this pay-per-view like some of you guys said you were looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. We still have Chris Jericho's mystery partner who's yet to be named. I really don't know who that could be, so many possibilities. I'm also looking forward to the Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Divas matches, they're like washes. They're just there because they have to be there. And also, I'm looking forward to the WWE Championship match, triple threat match, Randy Orton, Triple H, and John Cena. 3 of the biggest superstars in WWE today going head to head. And yeah, I think it has a possibility to be a pretty good pay-per-view. No Way Out 2009, that was my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I don't think it's going to be up there. It'll probably land somewhere in the middle of WWE pay-per-views this year.
I could agree with you there. And about something that CM Punk Mark said about Triple H and Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell, I hope to God that you're wrong about that. I want to see this thing end. And
I do too, honestly.
I think we just spoke the minds of every single person listening, except for maybe a few. But I really think that Triple H is going to turn heel here because there were only 2 options. I'm just repeating something that I did on on a video that I did on YouTube. It's myself the third, by the way. Check it out. It's something I did on YouTube that really only two options are really available. One, you have to ask. You have to. Oh God, I just got a message from someone random. Either you're bringing someone up from the mid card, which probably isn't going to happen because you're putting either the person over whoever wins the United States Championship, the six-pack challenge, and they're going to be in the mid card because that's just how it is. And the person who loses isn't getting put over. So why would you give them a WWE Championship shot? Or something in that storyline has to change. I think that it's going to be Triple H because they're never going to have John Cena turn heel for any reason. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Steve, on that one. Obviously, I think we talked about this last week. Someone suggested maybe turning Cena heel, and Vince basically told them they were an idiot for suggesting that. I think it'd be a great idea, but I guess on a merchandise and a business standpoint, it's not a smart idea because Cena makes so much money with the little kids. I could see this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Orton, Triple H. Triple H could go heel. It seems the logical thing to do, but as you all know, sometimes WWE doesn't go with the most logical choice. So, you never know. I guess that's their little wave of unpredictability. Going back to what JayDub was talking about, who's Jericho's partner going to be, there was something posted in the WWE Nation universe that said Jericho saying my new partner is evil in capital letters. That would either mean that Funaki is going to get back his evil gimmick. Anyone remember that? Funaki? A long time ago, he had like that Funaki is evil gimmick.
Indeed.
Which I doubt. Or I think Kane might end up being Jericho's tag partner, which could be interesting. Kane is always one of those people that kind of gets pushed to the side as far as title reigns. He usually doesn't get one. So it'll be interesting to see Kane in the title picture again. But I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view either, but that's a whole different topic for a whole nother week.
You know what? That thing with Chris Jericho saying his partner was going to be evil, that could be, him just pulling everybody's bluff, just throwing something out there that it probably isn't going to mean anything, but everybody is going to go crazy for it, So that could be what that is.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing that you would expect, especially with the WWE nowadays, would kind of end in a dud. I mean, when you're talking about evil, could mean, what, big evil? I don't know. But for all I know, it could mean, like, Buff Bagwell actually did resign. I don't know. But it could range from any of those, and really that's the thing about the WWE. They're trying to be unpredictable by being predictable, if that makes sense. Like, that Triple H is gonna, squash Orton at WrestleMania, but you would think that, with the logical thing would be to put Orton over, but you would also think that at Night of Champions something would have to change because you're not going to have the same three people in the main event over. You're not going to have the landscape be exactly the same going into the next pay-per-view, are you? Otherwise, you're just going to buy the same exact pay-per-view, just not in Philadelphia, but somewhere else.